let's talk about what it's like to ski or board at Snowbird and why it's a place that I always think about returning.
Are you ready for the weekend? Popping bubbles through the ceiling. Sure I could go, but don't need it. 'Cause all I want is your healing. I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots. Whether you're ready or not, I'm about to pump this place up.
Snowbird is the closest winter resort to Salt Lake City Airport. Sure, Alta's just 1 more mile away, but it doesn't allow snowboarders. And while the drive to Solitude is only 2 miles longer than the drive to Snowbird, Snowbird has twice as many skiable acres. With no traffic, it takes about 45 minutes to get to Snowbird, with most of the drive being split between Interstate 215 and Little Cottonwood Canyon Road. With so many direct flights from Salt Lake City from across the country, and only a 45-minute drive to the resort, Snowbird is easily the most accessible major resort in the U.S. As you approach Snowbird and are looking for a place to park, there are 4 different entry points, each with its own mix of parking options. Let's start with my favorite, free. For free parking, you need to take entry points 1, 2, or 4. The lots don't open until 8 a.m. But don't worry, there are plenty of free spots available, just maybe not at the prime location like entry point by the tram. The parking there is reserved for advanced purchase and day of valet parking. If you're willing to pay but aren't a fan of valet, you can find pay lots a little further away at entry point 2, which is still prime, and at entry point 1, right by the lifts. Oh, and if you're staying at an actual Snowbird resort like the Cliff Lodge or Iron Blossom, don't worry, there are designated spots just for you. There are basically 3 options at the base to start heading up the mountain. At entry point 1, you have the Gad lifts, Gad Zoom and Mid Gad. Entry point 2 takes you to the Wilbere chair, and entry points 3 and 4 lead you to the tram and the Peruvian chair. In my view, Snowbird is more of an advanced and intermediate mountain. If you're a beginner or intermediate, you might want to focus on the Gad lifts or Wilbere. But note that Wilbere is an old, slow 2-seat fixed chairlift. So if you prefer larger, faster lifts, focus on the Gad lifts. For the experts, the tram takes you to the top, where there are plenty of black slopes. And while the Peruvian lift doesn't take you all the way to the top, it does get pretty close. Ski in, ski out accommodations are awesome, but they're also expensive. Snowbird has several options that are part of the resort. I've never stayed at any of them, so I can't speak from experience, but I can speak from the experience of somebody who's researched coming back here many times. The 4 main options are the Cliff Lodge, a hotel that's the largest of the 4, the Iron Blossom Lodge, which is one of the world's first timeshares and has a bunch of different Saturday to Saturday condo options, the Lodge at Snowbird, and the Inn. During my research over the years, I found the Cliff Lodge to be the most expensive, and there were complaints that it was outdated and very worn. But they've renovated recently, so maybe they can justify their expensive prices. Each of these options is a little different based on size, cost, amenities, the walk to the lift, so check it out to make sure you're choosing the option that makes the most sense for you. There are other slopeside accommodations though. This place called The View, which is right over there. My parents actually found it on a trip we took as a family a long time ago. It's ski and ski out from a blue slope, but I'm sure there are plenty of other options via Airbnb. There are times where Snowbird gets so much snow that Little Cottonwood Canyon Road, the road that you take up here, is closed. So if you're staying outside the canyon like I am on this trip, you could be out of luck because the road will be closed. So on those days, which you never know when are going to happen, it pays to be staying here in the resort. Case in point as to why it may make sense to pay more for slopeside accommodations, I'm staying in Cottonwood Heights, which is about a 20-minute drive from Snowbird. Woke up this morning to this. Fresh snow. About 5 inches. But what else did I wake up to? Traffic. Everywhere you look, traffic. It's 8 a.m. By the time I get up there, fresh snow will be gone. There are 3 main places to eat at Snowbird. Snowbird Center, which is at the base of the tram and Peruvian lifts at entry point 3. The base area by the Gad lifts, and 1 spot mid-mountain up the Gad lifts. I remember the burgers there being delicious, but that was decades ago. On this trip, I'm here alone because none of my friends could make it, so I'm not eating lunch at all, and I can't update you on what's what. In my opinion, the views are much nicer here than at Park City, Deer Valley, Solitude, or Brighton. That's because you see a lot more jagged rock formations on the neighboring mountains and at Snowbird itself. A different topography than the other resorts, or for that matter, most of Colorado from what I see. Now let's check out the skiing, because ultimately that's what this is all about. To give you a sense of a black slope with Snowbird, I'm going to do Primrose Path. It's right by the Peruvian lift near the base of the mountain. They just got about 40 inches of snow over the past 4 days, so it's gotten kind of hard, crusty. It's not nice light powder. I'm the only one doing it this early in the morning, so I'm probably the only one stupid to do it. The first time I skied Primrose Path was years ago, and there were tons of bumps. But that was the spring. Probably a little bit too early in the season for a bump that big to develop, particularly after 40 inches of snow. But I'm sure eventually this will become a pure bump slope. Now let's try a sample blue slope. This is up off of the Little Cloud lift. I forget the name of it, so I'll put it in now, but it's one of the few blue slopes accessible off the Little Cloud lift. Little Cloud is a big bowl, it develops bumps, it's got tons of powder and cruddy snow, but normally every day they groom 2 runs, so you can take those if you're an intermediate. It's this slope here, by the way. Oh, and one thing I want to mention is that it seems that Little Cloud gets more sun in the morning than over on the Peruvian tram side. So keep that in mind if you want to be out in the sun. All right, let's move on to a double black, the lower half of Fields of Glory. You get to it from the Peruvian lift. Once you get off the lift, you traverse to the left. If you want to get the entire slope, you need to hike. I wasn't about to do that. So I was happy just taking the traverse and doing the lower half. Now let's try some green slopes. First is West 2nd South, and then we'll go right into Lower Emma, which are in the Gad lift area.
You do, don't let go.